wild pop music enthusiasts out there. It's your two favorite wild uncles back here for Cinephellas. I'm Logan Myers. That's my good mate over there.
What's going on? I'm Uncle Henry Hill, and we're back to review the brand new M. Night Shyamalan experience. It stars Josh Hartnett, the 90s heartthrob himself. He's back on the big screen in the thriller slash horror movie. It's called Trap.
How you all doing? You having fun? Woo! Come closer. What's going on, Daddy?
Open the goddamn door! I say! I can't get away. I can't stop. I'll just do this one last one. Enjoy the rest of the concert.
That's right. M. Night Shyamalan's back with a brand new flick called Trap, that hit cinemas across the globe. Me and this guy just checked it out recently at the local cinema, and it's good to see Josh Hartnett back. Huge fan of his back in the day in the 90s. Of course, Faculty, H2O, list goes on and on, but he's all grown up now. Plays a father in this brand new film, takes his daughter to a pop concert, much like a Taylor Swift concert, with a fictional character. And of course, the cops show up and he gets super paranoid. And we find out throughout the film why he is a little nervous.
An interesting setup for sure, with the preview showing us basically everything that we see. And, basically the whole movie, the whole first half of the movie anyway, at the concert, him being really paranoid, him talking to the merch guy, which was really funny. I enjoyed that part and that character. Like, he was all into him. He's like, yeah, man, don't you know there's a serial killer here? Yeah, come on, come back in a little bit. I'll get you a size small. They like form that friendship. I like that dynamic. It was really funny. But yeah, and that opening scene, you're all into it because you're just as paranoid as this character is, because you're like looking around. There's like seemingly more cops than there should be. And then plus, me and you were both going into the theater freshly lit. So it's like we're extra paranoid to begin with. And I just like that whole aspect of him going in, seemingly to take his daughter and have a good time, but then noticing that like something's really off. I appreciated that aspect. I like what M. Night is able to build there, that tension and that, paranoia walking. And that's what I was hoping he would have been able to keep for this whole movie. But of course, the last half, I'll say, isn't able to keep up with it. But while they're at the concert, they're watching the latest pop star, Lady Raven. It's played by M. Night Shyamalan's daughter, who is actually a singer and sang all these songs for the movie Salika Shyamalan. As they're experiencing the concert, he's noticing, like, okay, he's looking up in the stands. He's seeing cops question random people. And we find out basically this way that, he's a serial killer. He has somebody locked in his basement right now. He's checking his phone in the bathroom. It's got a camera on the guy. He's got somebody locked up now. And he's, probably realizing that, these cops are probably looking for him at the show. So that really sets up the movie and kicks it into high gear. And that's where the movie starts, and the trap is beginning to be set.
This movie would have been so much better if they didn't ruin the entire movie in the trailer. The trailer you see before another movie like me. I'm like, what's Trap? And they just gave it all away, and not knowing
Yeah.
who the actual killer is. It's just somebody at the concert, leave it at that. So that's why it wasn't as fun, because the whole time. Even though Josh Hartnett
Yeah.
is incredible in this movie, he is such a good psychopath.
Mm-hmm.
And just the way that expressions and things like that, he really dives into this character, super unsettling, and something off about him. His relationship with his daughter, he's trying to be a good father, taking her to a concert, seeing Lady Raven that she loves, knows every word, and being there and just being super awkward. And it gives you anxiety as an audience. One being, there's so many people at this concert. I would probably freak out with 20,000 people around me. It does that, and it gives you anxiety and paranoia, which I think they establish, really nicely in the first act of the movie. And you're trying to figure out what Hartnett's up to as he notices all these cops just keep pouring into this arena. Every exit's all the way outside, and he, starts talking to people and snooping around the arena to find out what's going on exactly. Having to do with the serial killer, the butcher. How is he going to get out of this situation with his daughter? He's going to get caught, and he notices males like dads are getting pulled out of the crowd to get questioned. So he's trying to figure out how he can get out of this trap.
Yeah, the labyrinth has been set at this arena. It would be like a dad taking his daughter to see Taylor Swift, basically. That's what the premise of this movie is. Cooper, we don't ever find out his last name, I don't think. I think he's just known as Cooper, and his daughter Riley. I like their relationship. You can tell he's like a dad that's trying to stay in her life and, be a big part of it. She's a teenager now. So, he's barely holding on. And this is something that can bring them close together. And I appreciated their relationship here. Um, Things start happening, like you mentioned. They're pulling the guys out of the concerts. They make an announcement. He notices he's looking for a way out. Basically, as the movie goes on, he's looking, underneath the arena. There's a place where he can go down there. Maybe he's like, "Hey, let's go down there." So he's really trying to escape. He's trying to plot his way out of this the whole movie, and eventually he does find his way out of the arena. And from the arena, it basically goes back to his house where him and Riley live, along with, we find out, his wife, played
That's right.
by Allison Pill.
Allison Pill, huge fan of her. She plays Cooper's wife. Great mom, cooking, taking care of the kids, all American family. And you see Cooper's character. It's like, how did that work out? And honestly, that's where the movie falls apart, is the third act of the movie, where they get out of the arena, get back to his place, and it's just a lot of silly mistakes. M. Night, notorious for his movies falling apart in the end. And this is another example that, unfortunately, if they would have kept it in the confines of the arena the whole time, getting out in the final part, I think that's where they should have ended the movie. But they make their way back to Cooper's house and seeing what's going on, and this has to do with Lady Raven's character. Lady Raven coming back knowing what this guy is and trying to break the news to his family and getting them out of that situation to safety, and that's pretty much the end of the movie of that whole scenario.
For a serial killer called the Butcher, we really don't see him doing any butchering, which is another letdown here. It was mostly going to be a thriller here, but I would have appreciated some more, butchering from a serial killer named the Butcher, at least a body or two, show what he's capable of. But really, this movie is a movie that you should see, and see it for Josh Hartnett's performance. I thought he did a really great job as a lead here. You really believe him in the beginning as just like a dad looking to take his daughter out and have a good time. And then throughout the film, you realize this guy's a psychopath and is capable of pretty much anything by the end of the movie. And in typical M. Night Shyamalan, there is a twist at the end, although, you can see it from about 20 miles away. It was one of the weakest twists. But overall, this is a movie that was kind of like, I probably shouldn't have saw that at the theater. I could have waited for it, but the trailers had me so invested in it. I was hoping that it could keep that whole tone and tension up that we saw in the trailer. But unfortunately, that's, it's a short movie as it is. And, once they get out of the arena, like you mentioned, it just doesn't keep up that same quality, unfortunately. But Josh Hartnett is fantastic in this. Would love to see him in more roles like this. Let him expand and do something different than we're used to seeing him as. We did just, review not too long ago. I don't know if it was a year ago now, probably, but the Black Mirror episode with him and Aaron Paul, another fantastic, episode and showing off what he can do. And this was definitely a great return to form for him. So hopefully he will be able to get more movie roles with his work here, because it definitely was very solid for sure.
He was definitely channeling Norman Bates and Patrick Bateman, I felt, in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Like, comes off as a really nice guy, but behind his eyes, the devil's eyes, just something off about him. And throughout the movie, you see him get worse and worse and start to show these sides to him, his dark side. And he just really dives in this character. Hartnett, been a huge fan of his forever. I love seeing him popping up in more TV shows and movies. Love to see him in more horror movies. And I'm here for it. Supporting cast here: Riley, Ariel Donahue, the young daughter. I thought she was really great. Her and Hartnett really had really good chemistry. I thought it felt, authentic. It felt like a real father and daughter relationship. And of course, Lady Raven, I thought she was good too. Salika Shyamalan, M. Night's daughter, was really good. And of course, he makes a cameo like he always does in all his movies. It always takes place in Pennsylvania too, which I noticed in this film. But Yeah, first two acts are pretty good, and then fell apart at the end and lost me. So that being said, I'm gonna give M. Night's Trap, now playing in theaters. I'm gonna give it, I'm gonna give it a 3 out of 5. Josh Hartnett hairpieces.
That's about a perfect score. I'm going to agree with you. A 3 out of 5 Salika Shyamalan hair pieces. Ooh, Lady Raven. You know, the way things end, I don't know. Never say never. We could see more from the Butcher. Maybe you can do something, more with Josh Hartnett's character. I would like to see, more of the evil side of Hartnett from this movie. It was really well done in that aspect. So yeah, we'll have to see where it goes from here. But I think both of us enjoyed the first half of this for sure. There's some good takeaways from this. Just didn't stick the ending. That's all. But we think that you guys will probably enjoy it overall. And as always, make sure to click like and subscribe. We review all the latest summer blockbusters. We've been going every week, practically this summer, with all the new movies coming out. A lot of great horror movies and thrillers lately. And we love reviewing them for you guys. And we want to hear from you. So please comment. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Also, check out our website, Cinephellas.com, and follow along with us on our social media pages, Facebook, Instagram, and X, for the latest and greatest in TV, movie news and reviews.
Stay tuned to our YouTube channel all summer long. We're coming up to the end of summer here. Me and this guy have been chatting and yapping every week about movies and TV shows we've been checking out all summer long. So go check out our videos. We got plenty more videos coming very soon. Coming up to the fall season, of course, 31 Days of Horror coming up in October. So
Yes.
a lot more videos coming to the YouTube channel right here.
So thank you guys for watching our review of Trap. And until the next Cinephellas movie review, I'm M. Night Hill.
And I'm Logan Hartnett signing out until the next movie review. Cheers!